Hi, I welcome Nankrishnan and Shubham on behalf of the entire team of Lex Templum, and I congratulate you for securing All India Rank 61 and All India Rank 73 in CLAT PG 2020. It is indeed a pleasure to have you here today. And thank you for sparing your time, for sharing your valuable insights and feedbacks with all the students who will be writing this examination in the near future. So there are certain set of general questions I will be putting forward, and then you can address the same one by one. So my first question is from you, Nankrishna. How do you feel after securing such a good rank in CLAT PG?
Well, yeah, first of all, I extend my sincere gratitude to Team Lex Templum for inviting me to such a session. And pardon me, my voice is not that good. I'm having a cold, so I'm sorry for that. Yeah, obviously, I felt really happy. After getting the ranks. I didn't expect such ranks. Because the exam was a bit tough for me. I wasn't expecting such a put on and any tier one and lose, because when I happened to see the two-digit rank, I was really surprised, in fact, and I was happy.
Okay. So Shubham, how do you feel after securing a good rank in CLAT PG 2020?
Yeah, I also had a similar experience that I was completely astounded by the two-digit rank, and exactly I did not expect a two-digit rank because particularly I secured around 55.25 marks. So I thought that it's not that level of marks which will make me secure two-level rank. But thanks to Lex Tempulum, the particular cutoff, there was speculation, and the particular cutoff rates which were given by Lex Tempulum, those were very much accurate as to the reality which we have seen. So yeah, okay, but it's not that much expectation. It was not that much expectation, but okay, I'm fine. I'm really happy.
Great. So Shubham, what was your secret mantra of success for securing this rank?
Honestly, I'm not a new one who will share this experience. A lot of people have shared it earlier. A lot of people will share it future also. But the main secret mantra, it's not secret anymore. The main mantra is perseverance. Because honestly, with reference to this year, CLAT PG 2020, the particular syllabus was completely different from previous year syllabuses. As we know that previous year syllabus was in tandem with mostly judiciary prelims exams. Particularly, people used to follow AK Gen, people used to follow Duki, and people used to solve every around 1,500 questions of every subject, and then they used to secure rank. But this year, it was completely different, and it was a shock for us because in January, number of subjects were increased. Secondly, the whole pattern was changed. Then in April 13, the first sample paper when it came, it was complete. We were completely taken aback by the sample paper because we were expecting big factual situation comprehensions, not exactly judgment quotes or quotes from statutory regulations. So again, there was again a new rush, a beginning from a new zero, a beginning from a new race line. We were nowhere in the middle. Then again we started reading judgments, and yes, definitely, Lex Templum's mocks were also very good in this area. And one thing I'd like to suggest that I hope that this pattern will continue next and next onwards also. One has to put the habit of regularly reading full judgments. That will only help the student, not only in exam but also building a perspective, because we did not have subjective this year already, although we had it earlier, but subsequently it was removed. Now, if one reads the whole judgment, it will also help the student to write good answers in the subjective part. So I would suggest that one has to read full judgments, whether it's 200 page, 500 page, 600 page, whether it's Ayodhya, doesn't matter at all. So, and definitely the number of the type of questions which Lex Templum had in its mocks, it also inspired us to go into the judgment. That is also a very good aspect which I want to highlight with respect to Lex Templum.
Great. So Nankrishna, what was your secret mantra of success?
Sorry, ma'am, you're not audible. Can you repeat me?
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, I can hear you.
So what was your secret mantra of success?
Well, there is no such good answer as such. I have been preparing from around August, September. As per the old pattern. So So I think I have just managed to get my basics well during that period, because CLAT was just like any other conventional LLM exams during that time before the notification came out. So I think I just managed to keep my basics good at that point of time, but suddenly all of it changed. And actually it was a bit challenging environment for anyone who writes the exam, because first they came out with certain changes in the syllabus. They put out a list of certain subjects that were out of the syllabus till then, like labor law, taxation law, property laws, all those. So we need to switch our preparation strategy, and we need to make sure our basics are good with regard to that subjects also. So that's what I did during that time. But the sample paper which came out in around May, I suppose, so that all that really changed the game. Because then only we got to know that the questions will be entirely based on judgments, and the subjects or basics are going to play not going to play any major part. So at that point on time, we need to switch our strategy to reading judgments, like in very detail, because you just it's not enough that if you know the ratio of the judgment, because they're not going to ask that, because you need to know the law and the jurisprudence as well of that any particular judgment, the precedents. And even they ask, in this time they even ask citation or the quorum. So even such type of questions have to be expected in CLAT. So we need to go through very religiously through judgments. And for me, I have seen various interviews before, so I don't think my story was a bit different. I didn't really kind of sacrifice everything else, and just put solely on this, because it will make you it will just increase your tension and your pressure. So I pursued my other hobbies as well through this preparation. So what is about like more with friends, and I haven't deleted or withdrawn from any of my social media accounts. So I think what's really important is that especially in the this time of this this time is very challenging for anyone. This pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic, there's uncertainty everywhere, whether the exams will will be conducted in a specified date, or it will be postponed again, or whether there will be a 0 year. So we are not sure of anything. So what we need to do is just focus on your study. Whether you study for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, it doesn't matter. Give you 100% there. That's what actually matters, I suppose. Not you don't have to show anyone that you are studying for 12 hours or something. You just have to be sincere to yourself while you are studying, whether it will be for 2 to 3 hours. That's most important, I suppose.
Amazing. So your efforts show that a student should adopt a balanced approach to secure such a good rank. Great.
Yeah, definitely.
Shubham, now my question is to you, that what specific books and study material you adopted, you referred while preparing for the examination?
For this CLAT 2020, honestly, there was no book at all. I read all the judgments in toto. Even we know that the most authentic and genuine summaries of judgments are the SCC reports. But even those were also insufficient, because the depth of questions, the depth in which the sample paper went into, we saw that we need to know the nitty-gritties of each and every judgment, the facts of the case, the antecedents of the case, the jurisprudence laid down behind the judgment, and also, if I may go a bit deeper, the attitude, the jurisprudential perspective of Chandrachud, Justice Chandrachud, the jurisprudential perspective of Justice Nariman, the jurisprudential perspective of various other judges, because many questions were also asked judge-centric. So we also needed to grab the particular perspective of the judges. So it demanded only and only a hermit-like reading, hermit-like tapasya, what we call in reading judgments in total. So there was no book at all for this particular pattern. Ordinarily people follow AKJ and people follow other books are there definitely, but for this year there was no book at all.
Very true. So Nandakrishnan, do you want to add on this point that any specific study material or reference books or some kind of sources you referred while preparing for the examination?
I must say, for restructuring your basics, these books helps actually a lot. But for CLAT, what's expected is judgments. That's sure. That is pretty clear from their sample papers as well as their original paper. But strengthening your basics will help you anyway, because for the original exam, this much the sample paper had a lot more questions based exactly on judgment, but this original question that were framed in a CLAT exam, that contained more of general questions from jurisprudence, from international law as well. So from international law and all, I think almost everyone who were writing this exam expected a question from any of the judgments, but it were never asked. So strengthening your basics will always help, whether in the CLAT or any other exams. That's a must. Actually, when I finished my CLAT, I actually regretted for having prepared, having avoid to be. I actually avoided all the other exams on all the basics after the month of April when the sample paper was released, and I've been studying only the judgments, and I actually regretted for that because I was unsure about the CLAT after the exams be taken, because it's very tough. And but actually the mock test, that's the most important part, I must say, because in the Lexington mock test, it helped me really well, because you can actually assess your position where you are when you are going down, or when you're your standard, you can assess from there, from the people who are most of the people who are writing the exams are writing only after studying really hard. So in fact, I actually experienced my change. I actually felt my change when our college semester exams were being held in the month of July. So I bit a bit lazy for CLAT during that period, and that was really reflected on my Lex Templum ranks the next mock test. So I can taking mock test is a very must, whether it would be a judgment based, but we cannot say CLAT would be based on judgments only next year. They may change that. We cannot be sure of anything. So whatever that maybe mock tests are going to help anyway, and you need to strengthen your basics, as well as to read the judgments, recent judgments, and keep updated with it.
Indeed, mock tests are very important for any examination. Okay, so my next question is from you only, Krishnan. What were the major law subjects you focused upon while preparing for the examination? What was your priorities?
Yeah, I must say, constitution was my priority, because that really interested me when when we read more and more of the constitution, then we must realize how much less we know about this subject. So that's the specialty of constitution, because we can go in depth, even by reading judgments. We can think of various interpretation that that were never even our dreams. So constitution was my strong subject, constitution and jurisprudence. That's mainly because I had studied for the basics at the first instance before the CLAT sample paper has changed. But after the sample paper, we could expect questions from any topics, even in IBC, Insolvency Bankruptcy Code, or arbitration, or Negotiable Instruments Act, IPR. So it's from anywhere we could expect. So we cannot just leave out any subjects like this. So the main subjects which I studied in depth was indeed constitution, jurisprudence, and criminal law, family law, environment law, as such. And the other subjects, such as the arbitration, negotiable instruments act. So in the other subjects, I look for recent judgments which have been a landmark, or which has changed the course things have been before. So I focus on that judgments and only read that particular aspect of that particular statute. So the main focus was constitution, jurisprudence, and the criminal law, family law, that things.
Great. So Shubham, my next question is from you. How much exact time did you dedicate for preparing for the examination?
Honestly, there was no such time limit. Only when I became exhausted by reading the judgments, then only I closed my preparation for the day. But on an approximately, you can say 10 hours every day.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, Shubham, how did Lex Templum helped you in your journey of cracking this examination?
Yeah, Lex Templum's main contribution was which I will say definitely is the mock tests. Because honestly, not only because I'm giving an interview in Lex Templum, honestly, if I say the depth of question making in the mock tests, that the questions which I made, it actually reflected erudite learning of the persons who made the tests, of the persons who framed the questions, and its accuracy with the sample paper. Not only its erudite learning, but also the keen observing eye of the question framer, and the question framer's accuracy, his acumen of making questions. That is accuracy with the sample paper. That is also very important. And definitely, I would say that this year's, as my friend also observed, that in the light of the past papers, past trend, constitutional law dominated the paper. That was the impression. But the sample paper, it undid that impression. The sample paper said that whatever you have studied in your 5 years law, anything possible in law is your syllabus. But again, as Professor Faisal Mustafa also said, which I realized that this paper will test the basics of the student. None of the most heated issues of the country, Sabrimala, that is law, religion, and constitution, SC, ST, defection. We had the present government has actually increased the constitutional law syllabus of this country because there were a lot of defection judgments right now within 2 years. So none of the most heated constitutional law questions came. Only the moderate ones came. So that was the tone of the paper. And only that student who studied for 5 years, only he could have cracked this year's paper. Because if you see jurisprudence questions, the passage was a very simple passage. If you see Hoffield's analysis is a very common thing in every law school. But even I also, the moment I saw the question, for 1 second I got taken aback. I saw what is this. Then when I went to the questions were pretty simple. So that was one of the observation, and definitely Lex Templum's mocks were par excellence, and I would definitely recommend Lex Templum to institutionalize its a particular endeavor in this area, and also make students reach high scales. That's my suggestion.
Indeed, the team will work upon your considerations, Shubham. So, Krishnan, how did Lex Templum help you in your preparation for CLAT PG 2020?
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely concur with Shubham on that point, because when we read the question, the mock test, we could definitely understand the work that has been done, that's behind that level of question papers. That's not a simple task. To analyze this much judgments and to find such judgments and to find the areas from where questions may be asked. So that's not a simple task, not at all simple task. And also, we can I think all those who have taken the test might have prepared a list of judgment that has been noted. So we can compare that judgments with that questions that were asked in Lex Templum, and it was almost the same, and we can find various other judgments which are important that we left out from these question papers, and different aspects that need to be considered. So because many times when I was appearing in Lex Templum mock test, I have seen the judgment for the first time in that mock test. So I was always hoping that it's just a mock, so we have to study. So that hope was there. And also, and I prepared, I noted down the judgment and the questions that were asked, and I went back and tried to read the judgments. And that way, it's really helping to cope up with the changes that CLAT has brought into in this year. So Lex Templum was really a great blessing for us in this journey.
Great. So last but not the least question for you both. Nankrishnan, you can answer it first. What are the advices and tips you want to give for the upcoming law aspirants who will be writing this examination in the near future?
Well, I don't think I'm worthy enough to answer such a question, but I will just say, just work hard, just keep it simple. Don't pressurize yourself much, because especially in this year I have we have suffered that a lot, because the uncertainty that were there regarding the CLAT, the postponement, everything. So just don't consider that this is the end of the world. If you don't crack it, then you are nothing. So just don't consider that way. Just keep it simple, just work hard, just fix a time for yourself, or even if you don't fix, just work hard, just be sincere to yourself. That's what I have to say. You don't need to sacrifice all the fun for this whole thing. You can have the fun, and at the same time you can prepare. That's what's most important, so that you'll be calm, composed, and cool while preparing. So that's most important for me.
Great. So Shubham, what are your advices and tips for the students who are going to write this examination soon?
There are 2 to 3 advices and 2 to 3 observations as well. That from now onwards, the students must start reading judgments. Definitely, they must stick to live laws updates. I also understand bar and bench is also good, but the accuracy of live law is more better than bar and bench. Bar and bench is more professional oriented. Live law is more academic and student oriented. So I would definitely suggest to follow live law strictly, to read judgments contemporary at least 2 to 3 years last from beginning from that. And also one thing definitely I'll like to conclude by saying the famous line of Denzel Washington. If anybody, if it's heard, that ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. never search for shortcut. You have to read the judgments. If not today, tomorrow. Because even if you crack the CLAT exam by hook or crook, you can't survive where you have reached by that hook or crook. You have to instill and imbibe that habit of erudite judgments. That's my single suggestion.
Amazing. Thank you so much, both of you, for sparing your time again. I extend again very big thank you on behalf of the entire team of Lex Templum. I hope your insights, your sharings, and your knowledge will help the upcoming law aspirants who are writing this examination. So thank you so much once again, and congratulations for
Thank you.
securing so good ranks in CLAT PD 2020.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks a
you,
lot.
Alex.